bitches. I'm gonna be dead ass serious with you guys. This is like the 6th video I've recorded today. And the last one was an around the bar video where I started drinking. And for some reason, I never really stopped. This is like my 5th, 6th drink of the night, but I'm having this is gonna be a fun video. So just to put this out here, this video is strictly just to bring to the attention of myself, really, because I just kind of wanted to figure this out, and maybe anybody who is interested of all of the unfortunate shit that happened to the Call of Duty team this past weekend at Columbus. Let's get this out of the way. 2 things. This is not to give excuses to the Call of Duty team for losing. I'm not doing that. And this is not to take away from the FaZe team for winning. I believe the FaZe team deserved it. You know, every single one of those players went ape shit on some maps. You know, Attach on the London Docks S&D, Priesta on the last Valkyrie, Hardpoint, Replays also on the Valk, and also the 1v3 that I believe lost OpTic the entire series, and then Zuma on both S&D Ardens. They played out of their minds, and they definitely deserved it. Additionally to that, there were some crazy plays that happened throughout the tournament. I believe there was the COD gods were against. They realized that FaZe was playing a very good Call of Duty, and they were like, we're just gonna add a dice of COD godness into this series so that FaZe can take it. So there was a lot of crazy shit that happened, and I just kind of wanted to go through all of it and just, like, I don't know, live it out again. Let's hop into it. So map 1, grand finals, crazy choke, insane comeback from FaZe, but there was some crazy shit that happened. There really was. First of all right, it's 137 to 114 right here. And Damon is piecing. Damon's on a 4 streak right now in 10 Hill. Watch what happens.
They saw FaZe, saw Crim6 pushing top middle, so they pushed the hill. Both guys put pressure on Karma, not able to finish him. He stays alive and just contests.
Boom! Damon gets streaks.
But again, you have those streaks earned from Karma. Now Attach able to take
his controller died. He got 2 of his 3 streaks, was about to get his 3rd streak, and his controller died. Attach gets a 2-piece. They take over the hill. So not only would he have gotten streaks, he would have gotten 8 more seconds. Crazy shit. That doesn't happen at the competitive levels. Controllers don't just die. Now here's where it gets spicy. Look how big of a lead OpTic has. It's coming down to the last hills. Everyone in the venue, everyone in the Twitch stream thinks that OpTic probably has this, right? Wrong. Boom! Replays gets a double nade. There was a pinch coming, so yes, they would have eventually taken it. But 7 seconds left, double nade. If that only kills one of them and not 2 of them, that's probably 2 or 3 more seconds, which takes it to what, 245? Now that there's a double nade, he doesn't need to, so he just continues straight on forward to get more kills off of rotation so that they can spawn all the way back near barrels, and, you know, FaZe wins the rotation for the next hill. It's fucking crazy. Who knows? It could have not been a big deal. Priesta could have just cleaned either Scump or Formal up, and it would have been, you know, nothing would have changed. Or those extra 3 seconds could have been a lot. Scump or Formal could have won a crazy gunfight on Priesta. Who knows? Who knows what could have happened? 6 seconds left. They could have finished up the rest of the 6 seconds, and right now it could be 248 to 175. On the next rotation, look at the timing that Replays gets right here with only ammo in his pistol.
So far they're doing it, Joe. They are.
COD timing to its fullest, not only on one person, but
he's gonna get a solid flank here.
Replays get streaks off of that. Keep that in mind. Still down 40 points. He just got streaks. Keep in mind, I don't know much about this game. I'm just judging rotations off of my knowledge of Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2. I knew a decent amount about Call of Duty and rotations and competitive and all of that stuff way back in the day. So that keep in mind, if I say something off of the wall that happens in this game and you know a lot about spawns and rotations in World War II, I am sorry. But what I do know is right now, Krem is rotating for the next hill. The next hill is right here. If you guys don't watch competitive Call of Duty, it's right here in this building. It's called Barrels. Ian is right here. Crimsix is right here. He is rotating. This is the mini map. He's rotating over to this area so that the rest of the OpTic crew spawns here for the next hill, which is in this area. He wins a nutty gunfight right here. Watch.
Barrel building as well. The comeback dream.
Goodbye. Replays dies right here. Ian is here. Crimsix. I keep calling him Ian. Krem is here. The rest of the FaZe team is here. So what Ian is trying to do is get his teammates who happen to be on the other side of the map to spawn here. Because that's where the spawn is. Instead, the guy he just kills spawns here, right beside him. Now, granted, I'm just saying, I don't know where else Replays could have spawned because the rest of the team is spawned up over here. So he can't spawn right here. So I was thinking maybe this is I don't even know where the spawns are, but I would imagine somewhere around here. There's no way that Ian is thinking that Replays, the guy he just killed here, is about to spawn here. And Replays makes a god play off of the streaks that he got from the last clip we just saw and kills 3 people, including Ian, and then gets the spawns that Ian was originally going for. So watch. Here's the streak. 1, 2, and then kills. So the third person he killed was a team kill, which was Zuma, which is usually a bad thing. And look where all of OpTic spawns, right here on the opposite side of the map where the hill is here. Kills Zuma and watch. Zuma is what? Zuma is number 8. Watch where Zuma spawns. Boom! Right beside Replays, right beside the hill. So that team kill was actually a positive thing. So FaZe ends up winning that. Crazy comeback, amazing map. The casters go crazy. Wild map. Those things happened that made it possible. It was still super intense. On to the next map. Next map, OpTic goes up like crazy. It's 5-1. They get it. FaZe gets another map, so it's 5-2 or another round. 5-2. So, Replays in a 1v3 situation. This play won FaZe the tournament. I don't care what anybody says. If this play doesn't happen, FaZe doesn't win. I don't even think I need to say I don't care what anybody says because I think all 8 of these players agree, and anybody who has any sort of brain agrees that this play won FaZe the entire tournament. And look how crazy it is. So obviously the first kill is Replays just having the heads up of where to pre-aim whenever it's a sub versus AR. Rounds the corner, pre-aims Seth. You know, that's just outplaying Seth. Perfect AR versus sub position. I'm just gonna play this out. He sees the sole of Formal's foot run across the map because Formal goes into a position where he can try to cut off any sort of rotation. He can call out to Damon whenever Replays crosses over so that he can rotate back over. That's what I'm assuming. So this line of sight right here is what Formal's going for. He's trying to catch Replays cross back over here, cross back here, or cross back here. Not thinking that Reap is going to see that. But while Replays was coming back over here, he happened to catch Formal's foot. Now, I'm not saying OpTic played this right. I'm just saying it's crazy unfortunate that that happened. So obviously, Replay saw that, knows exactly where Formal's sitting, jumps in, destroys him. Then turns the corner, happens to see, in the same situation, happens to see Damon or Karma running back inside of 10. So now he knows that Damon's in 10. Pre-fires it. Now, it's very, 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 very possible that Replays would have pre-fired or pre-aimed that window in general. Very possible. But the fact that he turned the corner, saw Damon's little footsies running into 10, outrageous. So Reap gets the 1v3 and defuse and gets, I believe, full streaks. I think he gets full streaks. So fast forward to round 10. They won the next round pretty, flawlessly. Round 10 comes up. As you guys just saw, replays got streaks. So he calls in his fighter pilot. He calls it in from a really good angle. They are actually down. They are down a man, you know, round 10, down 5-4, down a man. Any OpTic fan's going to be like, oh, okay, shit, we might be able to take this. Calls in a fighter pilot and basically wallbangs Damon from above. It's not actually a wallbang. There's a little tiny window there. And any pro player is going to call it in from here. So I'm not saying it's a bad play. I'm just saying, or I'm not saying it's a lucky play. I'm just saying it's unfortunate that Damon died from the heavens when he's inside of a building.
Side streak coming in. Is he gonna find anything? Might be able to find
Then obviously round 11, probably one of the best plays in Call of Duty history on Attach's part. So this isn't really like a unlucky per se thing on OpTic's part, but it is kind of like unlucky that Attach had the mindset to do this shit. Crazy. 1v3.
The comeback seems to be dead. The comeback seems to be dead. He runs through his own artillery. And now it's a 1 versus 1.
Yeah, but Krim knows where he's going. Krim has read this perfectly. But I think Attach saw him. Did Attach see him?
1-on-1. 1-on-1.
And look at this. That situation right there could have gone either way. I don't care. That's, oh my God.
Attach comes back. Here's the gunfight. Attach is able to win.
Attach. Cheers. You're amazing and you're beautiful. Fast forward, if you guys didn't see it, OpTic destroy FaZe basically the next 2 maps, goes to game 5. Game 5, we're just like, okay, it could be a reverse sweep for the win. Any OpTic fan is thinking that. We go up 2-0 in the search and destroy, map 5, and then in round 3, Zuma does some crazy shit. Everybody talks about the Zuma flank. Everybody knows about the Zuma flank, but the timing on this shit is wild. So first of all, I don't know what Damon and Scump are doing right here in fire at the same time. That might be their strat. I don't know. They might have some crazy shit planned. But Damon and Seth are in fire right here. And then Formal is looking over mid. So that is the setup right here. And then Zuma decides to do some crazy Italian ass shit and run right down the middle of the fucking map. So right here, heads up play, Zuma takes Formal off guard. That's just being outplayed, not really anything unfortunate about it. But now, the other 2 that are sitting in fire know that Zuma's doing this. So they don't see him immediately. He catches somebody running back. If you guys didn't just see that, here, he catches Seth running back from fire. So he's like, oh shit, they're going A. So I feel like anybody else would have just rotated back and be like, hey, we're up a man. Let's make sure we guard A because I think they might be going A. Not this, not his Italian ass. He's going to jump in like a maniac into fire and look at the timing he gets on Damon. First of all, I'm sure he didn't assume that 2 people were going to be in fire. That's why he pushed fire. So look at Damon right here. Through the wall, he is pre-aiming this entire fire, except he stops pre-aiming right now. This shit is crazy. He stops pre-aiming right here. Now, Zuma still could have won this shit because that's pretty close quarters. But there is a possibility he could have not won that shit, which would have taken it to a 3-3. Who knows what would have happened? Nobody knows. But obviously kills Karma in the back as he's rotating out and then gets Seth weak. Could have gotten a crazy 3-piece right now. The very next round. OpTic's still up by 1, but do you know who doesn't care? Zuma's crazy ass. What does he do? I want you to guess which one of these motherfucks is Zuma. This one, all the way almost in our spawn already. Runs down middle map. Now, I'm not saying I'm not defending OpTic because I don't know why they didn't watch mid map, but Zuma's crazy ass is already down here. So he goes all the way down, destroys Scum. That's just a heads up play. That's just a good play on him, on his part. But then he dives over here to cabin. Now, I don't know what possessed him to pre-fire right here. But at this point, it's still a 3-3 game. Like it's still 3 alive on each team. You guys can't see it because my thing is in the way. Still fairly even. There can be retakes. There can be plants and solid defense. Anything can happen. But since it's Zuma, he decides to randomly pre-fire right here. Now this could be some crazy professional shit because I don't really watch scrims or watch anything but games. But so he could have the sixth sense that I haven't like developed in this game because I don't play it enough. But I think it's kind of crazy that Ian isn't in the position that he pre-fires, starts sprinting right here to get on that side of cabin. The immediate time that Zuma starts pre-firing, wins that gunfight, then now he understands that he has cabin control, so he gets inside of cabin and then gets behind the head glitch and wins another gunfight. And that's pretty much the last crazy thing, I guess, that happens in that series, but they go on to win that map, and then they go on to win the series, because this round brought it to 2-2. On to the craziest map of the series, which was Valkyrie in the second set. So obviously it goes on to the second set. FaZe wins first map, OpTic wins the next 2 maps. So this is the 4th map in the series. If OpTic wins this, they take home the championship. It's the first championship that they win as in World War II, and that's going, that's a big deal. We're playing so good in Respawn that we're just like, and we had just destroyed them the last map in the in the CTF. So any OpTic fans just like, we got this shit. So Priesta dies right off the bat. He's 1-1.
All right, so OpTic Gaming.
He does some Jesus shit. So Priesta kills Scump, then he kills Formal, gets naded in. Watch. Go back to Priesta. So he gets naded in, doesn't care, kills Scump again, gets naded in, goes commando, turns around, destroys Krem. So that's just a solid play. That's not really like unfortunate game-wise. That's just unfortunate that somebody goes Super Saiyan for this amount of time. So then he realizes that, oh shit, I'm so close to streaks. I need to rotate ASAP and I need to get the points for the next streak, or for the next hill. The next hill comes up, boom, he gets 2 streaks. I need you guys to keep this streak in mind. Say that doesn't happen, say he doesn't get streaks. The craziest shit ever might not happen. All right, so right here, Formal kind of goes nasty. Gets spawns for the guys. Not only gets spawns, but then continues to break the hill, with the help of Scump. So he's got what, he's on a 3 streak right now. Scump breaks the hill, and then he, cleans up the last guy. So that's pretty crazy. He is super close to streaks. 200 off of streaks, and then right here he could kill Attach. If he kills Attach, I'm not sure 100% if he gets streaks, but I know he's like pretty damn close. So right here he goes in, pre-aims it for however long that is, starts sprinting right here and dies. So right here, 73-51, little bit of a lead for OpTic. Ian is laying down, he goes to lay down right here to make sure that nobody tries to flank over to get these spawns. I believe that's what's happening. So he lays down. Look at the timing he gets. He's looking forward, knowing that a person right here is coming up. He looks to his left. It gets worse. He looks to his left right there, dies, and how can it get worse, right? It gets worse because boom, spawns up immediately right here. And then look at the spawns. Boom. All 3 people are spawning all the way out. And I don't even know. That could have happened regardless, but I think just the timing compared to on top of everything just makes it that much worse. Do you remember that glide bomb I told you guys to remember from Priesta? Listen.
They have the spawns they want. A solid hold from OpTic.
OpTic Gaming.
There it comes. Right here on the minimap, Scump is laying down inside, and they, for the most part, I believe Formal, I'm not really sure because I don't really know the game that well, but I believe Formal is watching to make sure that nobody super overextends to try to get spawns. So Formal's a little bit out. The rest of the team right here is set up inside of the hill. Scump's in a pretty good position to make sure that Replays, isn't able to attack from the inside. But
holding right now, streaks in from FaZe.
Boom! Seth is laying down inside. who Priesta angles the glide bomb into the window, kills Scump. Also, simultaneously, I don't even know if that's the word, but as Scump dies, Formal is so far pressed up against this side, and I think this is correct. I'm not sure. I don't even know Valkyrie spawns at all, but I believe Formal is so close watching the flank on this side, and the rest of the team is still in front, that it makes sense that Scump should spawn here. Scump spawns here. Where the fuck is that? I don't even know what call out that is. So the rest of the FaZe guys are here. Formal happened to be in this corner, and I believe that's what gave Scump this spawn instead of a spawn right here. Ian does some crazy shit and gets a 3-piece. 1, 2, 3. And he doesn't, while he's getting that 3-piece, he's so focused that he doesn't realize Formal has died, and Seth spawned all the way over here. So he gets a 3-piece. He's like, oh shit, I'm the man. And then he starts looking this way, which there's only one guy here, which is Priesta, and the rest of the team spawns behind him in good spawns. So then he's like, oh shit, I'm 200 off of streaks. Doesn't matter, he got pinched. This isn't that big of a deal, but if you look right here, OpTic's trying to go for a pinch on this hardpoint, and Ian dies 20 feet inside of a building to a glide bomb, and then you know, the rest of the guys just get cleaned up. So who knows? I don't know. That could have been different. That could have gone the same way. I just think it's crazy that 2 glide bombs that game wax people inside of a building. All right, and the very last thing, obviously FaZe goes on to win that map. They take it to a game number 5 in the second set. They go up 4-3. It was a really tight game, and Ian has some god plays on this particular round. They're up 4-3, so they could take it to a 4-4, or they could take it to a 5-3, which is a huge difference. Like that's a big ass difference. Zuma gets a first blood, obviously, because he's Poppy. Replays, waxes Formal, but Ian kills Zuma, then turns around, waxes somebody off of the best head glitch probably of all time, lays down because he's weak, knows that somebody's probably going to push him, and then I've seen this, I was watching Ian's point of view as this happened. Ian reloads and watches forward, and as soon as Priesta rounds the corner, because he was pre-aiming up here, Ian turns around.
Bench. One. I need help, Seth. Okay. All right, man, got me. He's right there, laying down.
He could have gotten a 3-piece, and it would have been a 2v1 situation in their favor. Instead, gets terrible timing. Seth comes up, cleans up that kill, and then just dies from the back. He was like, I didn't know they were going to have 2 people back there that far into the round. I remember him saying that. So it was a wild final. It was a lot of fun to watch. But I still think that was pretty interesting to go look back on. I'm sure there was some other stuff too. Just listening to the guys. I know there was some crazy stuff in the LG game as well. COD's still pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. COD's still pretty fun. You don't have to subscribe, but please don't unsubscribe. You don't have to like the video. Please just don't dislike it. And that's gonna do it. I'm gonna go finish the rest of this drink. Peace, guys.